Hi guys, welcome back. In episode 2, we're just going to be covering creating your first campaign. This is quite an exciting step in the process of mastering, should I say, Facebook ads. In episode 1, we covered just the difference between campaigns, ad sets, and ads. I think it's just important for us to understand and get straight into running your first campaign, and then break down other features and more advanced and intermediate features as we go on throughout the series. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. So, as you load up, this is probably what it's going to look like. You've got no ads running at the moment, or you might have tried something else before, or if you've boosted a post on the front end, it would come up here in a list format, like a almost kind of like a list, but it's almost a table as well. But to get started with creating your first ad in Ads Manager, we're going to just click the create button, can't miss it. And this is basically we would choose our campaign objective. So, like I said in the previous video, your campaign objective is extremely important to guide Facebook and Meta towards what the overall objective of your campaign is. So, for example, is it awareness? Is it traffic to your website? Is it engagement within Facebook itself or any of Facebook's partners? Is it leads? Is it app promotion? Or is it sales? Okay. So, awareness, okay, we can see Facebook's guidelines here. Good for reach, brand awareness, video views, and store location awareness. So, in essence, this campaign objective is solely going to be focused on driving the most amount of eyeballs to your advertisement. So this is good for product launches, store openings, or any of the such. So getting the most amount of people to see your specific advertisement. Okay, traffic. This is good for link clicks, landing page views, Messenger and WhatsApp, as well as calls. Okay, so what this means is that generally, most of the time, what most people will use this for is to drive the most amount of website traffic to a specified page on your website. So this could be used for a specific brand awareness campaign where we could drive total amount of awareness within Facebook itself, as well as a traffic ad to get people to view more information about a specific launch or about a specific product, for example. But in essence, it's basically driving the most amount of traffic to your website. So driving for link clicks and for landing page views. Okay. Then engagement. This is good for Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Driving video views, post engagement, and some conversions. So this, in essence, is basically if you were to push a specific post on Facebook and run the engagement objective, campaign objective, it would drive likes, comments, shares, any sort of interaction with the post itself on Facebook itself. This is important on Facebook, okay, or on Meta, should I say that, covering Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So if you've got a specific video that you would like people to just stay on Facebook and engage with on Facebook, then we could optimize with the engagement campaign objective in order to achieve this. Then we have the leads. This is as simple as it sounds, collecting leads for your business. This generally would take place either on Facebook itself, within Messenger, or a designated landing page with a form or something along those lines on the landing page itself where we would capture those leads. Okay, so this is allowing Facebook to optimize its campaign, okay, in order to deliver to the most optimal audience that will best match the people that will essentially become leads. So instant forms on Facebook refer to quick, easy to access forms that come up natively in Facebook and allow customers to enter their details within Facebook itself without leaving the platform. Messenger is engaging leads on the Messenger platform, so giving customers the call to action to begin conversation on the Messenger platform. This is still within Facebook, we haven't left yet. Conversions, this is generally referring to conversions taking place on your website, so a landing page or a single page on your website that has a form integrated into the website. So this is going to drive conversions on that page. Calls, as simple as it sounds, just getting people to call your business. App promotion, this is as simple as it sounds as well. The campaign objective to promote your app, whether it be app installs or app events. Then we have sales. Sales also covering in general, but it's as simple as it sounds as well. So we can say like driving online sales. This is generally as a result of e-commerce, or Facebook has the option to check out within their platform as well. But generally, we are going to be pushing traffic to the website and ensure people are converting there. So yeah, these are the different campaign objectives that are available for us to choose from. I'm just going to go with a simple sales campaign now, as this is probably going to be the most common. When once you've chosen your campaign objective, we're going to proceed further down. You can see name your campaign. It's optional, but always recommended. So we're just going to name this test 1 campaign sales. Okay. So there's no best practice here, I would say, but it's always optimal to name your campaigns in a way that, number one, distinguishes the campaign objective from the rest. So you can mention online sales or e-commerce or something that relates and tells us that we have chosen the sales objective here. We will, even if you don't include this in the campaign name, we can see that we have chosen this objective at a later stage, so don't worry about that. But it's just best practice in order for quick sorting and quick understandings of your campaigns. Also, your campaigns, you want to relate obviously to something along the lines of what the campaign is going to be promoting. So whether it's a specific product range, or if you're pushing a general sales campaign or a general lead promotion, then we can just keep it simple and say general campaign dash sales, for example. Okay, then the ad set and ad. Okay, we can name these here if you are familiar with what you're going to be calling them already. But for this example, I'm just going to name the campaign. Once we've chosen that, we can click continue. Now you can see, once I've clicked continue, Facebook has registered that I'm trying to start a new campaign. It has put our first ever campaign within the grid view on our dashboard over there, and half of the page is taken up by the Facebook ads editor. So this is what's in essence is going to come up. This little section on the right hand side of my screen here is going to come up whenever we click edit on a specific campaign. So if I exit out of that to get back into that, we're just going to hover over our campaign and click edit. As soon as that is done, you can see it's come back straight up. And because the campaign is in draft mode, we will always get the option to change the objective of our campaign. Okay. We can also change it once it is published, but it's a simple, easy to do change right now, as we can see. Okay. So from the top, we can see we can always change the campaign name again. The special ads categories refer to just categories of ads for people that are in specific industries. So whether you are advertising for credit cards, for employment, such as job opportunities, internships, professional certification programs, or anything else than that, or real estate listings, or like political issues or social issues. These are the 4 categories that you would need to specify from the beginning of your campaign if you are running ads in any of these relating industries. But we aren't, so we're going to exclude that. You can scroll down. So for now, the campaign buying type will always be auction when you first start out. If we scroll down, we've got the option to add a catalog. We will be further covering this at a later stage, but for now we're going to be leaving it off for this campaign because we're just doing a simple generic sales campaign creation. A/B test and advanced campaign budget, generally you want to leave off. We will touch on A/B testing at a later stage, as well as advanced campaign budget. But from this, there's not much else to change, unless you want to change the campaign name. But we can proceed on to the ad set level. Alrighty. So the ad set level we can name here. So I'm just going to first start out with test 1. Okay. And we'll come back to that in a bit. But the first section we see here, okay, is where the conversions are going to take place. So whether this be on a specific website, an app, both website and app, messaging apps, or calls. So a website, we drive traffic to the website, a customer makes a purchase, that is a conversion. And the app, a customer we set the app store, whether it's Google Play, App Store, or any other specified app store here, and we set a performance goal, and the conversion event will be what we set here. Okay. Both website and app, we can signal to Facebook to record both conversions on the website that we specify, as well as our app conversions mentioned previously. Okay. Messaging apps, these are basically Instagram direct messages or WhatsApps. We can connect to our WhatsApp or Instagram accounts directly to here, and it will always link with the Facebook page. So that if this is not the right Facebook page for you, as you can see, it's not for us, we can scroll down and choose the right one, and it's picking up all 3 of our correct linked accounts, whether it's Instagram direct messages, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger. Calls, so this is as simple as it sounds, drive sales and conversions through phone calls. Facebook is going to push your ad to the most amount of people that it thinks will call your business, with the call to action for that advertisement being calls. Okay. We're going to leave it at website because this is probably going to be the most common. And yeah, so let's just proceed there. If we go to performance goal. So just like in Google Ads, we have the option to either maximize for number of conversions or maximize for value of the value of conversions. Okay, you can see we don't have this option just yet. This will become available over time, as Facebook can sometimes be difficult when first starting out your account and only provide you with limited amount of features, as we can see here. Another example of this is when running a page-like campaign, Facebook will still charge per 1,000 impressions, CPM, and not per page like in the beginning, but after a certain amount of months, I think it's 3 months, don't quote me on that though, we will be able to charge per like. But this is just another example of that. Okay, so within this conversion goal, okay, maximize number of conversions, this is what most people will leave. We will obviously leave it at this, but if your goal is to maximize the number of landing page views, link clicks, unique reach, or number of impressions, we can change that optimization here. But we are going to leave it as maximize number of conversions. Okay. The meta pixel, obviously this is super important for tracking conversions, tracking website visitors, tracking landing page views, tracking all sorts of activity that is happening on your website. We will definitely touch on this in a later stage and setting up your pixel correctly. But for now, we are just going to leave it. In this section, you would choose your pixel. So as well, in Facebook Ads Manager, we can see the cost per result goal. It is optional, but you will basically set a CPA for your advertisement so that Meta will aim to spend your entire budget and get the most conversions using the highest volume bid strategy. If keeping of the average cost per result around a certain amount is important, enter cost per result goal. So what this means is that, for example, if we wanted to spend on this specific campaign for sales, a maximum of, let's say, 100 Rand per conversion, or a $10 per conversion. Okay, Facebook will try its best to spend all the budget while maintaining this $10 per result goal. So it's aiming to spend the maximum of $10 per sale online. If we click show more options here, this is our attribution settings. Okay. This ensures the conversions of our system optimizes for are the same ones you want to measure. For example, with a one-day click and view setting, our system would learn from conversions that happened within a day and show ads to people likely to convert within a day. So we will touch on this at a later stage, but generally it's best to leave this as is. Okay. And just like I mentioned above, this is a feature that is currently locked to us on a new account. When you get charged, we will be able to change this at a later stage after your campaigns have been running for a while. But for now, we have to leave it as cost per impression and standard delivery type. Okay, your dynamic creative. This provides creative elements such as images and headlines, and will automatically generate combinations optimized for your audience. So basically, Facebook here will request that you send it videos, images and headlines, and it will basically mix and match those headlines and images in order to best match the ones that it thinks your audience will prefer and are likely to convert more. So if you match image X with image X, and it notices that this combination performs best and drives the most amount of sales, then it will keep that specific dynamic creative. Okay, getting on to budgets. So we have two options. We have a lifetime budget as for a specified campaign over a specified time period, or we have a daily budget. Generally, we're going to use a daily budget a lot of the time within Facebook Ads Manager, and sometimes we can set a lifetime budget. You can see mine is set to rands now, but we are always welcome to change the currency within our business settings, which we will cover later. Okay, your schedule is basically your start and end date for your campaign. If you are running a consistent campaign or an always on, we just untick this and the campaign will run continuously until we tell it to stop. So again, at this time of our ads manager journey, because it's a new account, we are unable to set our ad scheduling, but this basically refers to running your ads at certain times of the day, and generally we would touch on this if we are certain that our best performing times are, for example, 8 to 10 in the morning. We could set that over here. Then we get into audiences. This is the exciting part of Facebook Ads Manager. This is our bread and butter. This is what separates Facebook Ads Manager from other competing platforms a lot is that it provides marketers and advertisers with the ability to target very, very, very specific groups of people. So what this means is we could target people based on, first of all, their location, secondly, their age, thirdly, their gender, and then demographics, interests, and behaviors. So, as well as languages. Okay, we could also, on top of this, exclude certain people from our targeting. Okay, so if we wanted to change this, click edit, change your location right there. The nifty thing about your location targeting is that if we have a specific launch of a store that is in a specific area and you don't want to target the whole country and you only want to deliver your ads to people that are within that specific area, then we can do that as well. So let's say okay, let's choose the city, Denver, Colorado, and we can see here Facebook automatically assigns a plus 25 miles. This is referring to the radius from that city center. So I've put here Denver, Colorado. Okay. We could also drop the pin ourselves. So if we somehow don't pick up where we want, what we want here, we can drop the pin ourselves on the map. If we want to change the radius and make it smaller, all we have to do is click here and then drag it down. And you can see the radius is now only within the city. If we wanted to make it even smaller, I think the minimum is 10. Yeah, it is 10. So 10 miles is the minimum radius we can go. Okay. So now we are currently targeting people that are living or recently in this location. So in Denver, Colorado. Okay. Within a 10-mile radius of the city center. Okay. Like I said, if we wanted to change the pin, we could always drop it there. And now we add another one of, you can see just the latitude and longitude there, and a 10-mile radius around that one as well. So if we remove this one, we can now see that the whole targeting has changed now. So people that are in Sentinel, or however you pronounce that, will not be receiving our ads, but these people in this radius will. Okay. And again, you can also include multiple locations, as we've just seen, as well as exclude locations. So if we didn't want to, if we wanted to make sure that, or say people in Thornton. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if this is, no, this is the wrong place. But so if we had a bigger surface area, but we wanted to exclude a certain city or certain small area, we could mention that here. And that will make sure that those people within that specified area do not see our ads. Okay. Then age is as simple as it sounds. We click edit. We can choose the starting age. We can't go below 18. 18 is the minimum. And then our top is 65. So you can say, for example, 20 to 25. Only people within this radius who are 20 to 25 will see our ads. Next, we have gender. All men and women, simple as it sounds. Then we have detailed targeting. So it's important to keep in mind that whenever you are making your adjustments here, this audience definition on the right will be constantly updating. So you can see our audience size now is only 132,000 to 156,000. But if we remove this, okay, and we put in a single location like United States, a massive location, we should see a significant jump, 43 million to 51 million. Okay. This also will update depending on the, a number of factors, but the biggest contributing factor is the adjustments you make within your ad set level here, within your targeting. Okay. So we can see our estimated conversions is 11 to 31, and our estimated reach is 409 to 1,200. Okay. So if we scroll down, our detailed targeting, this is extremely beneficial to narrow down this huge audience we got here. So if we are targeting people who are interested in Nike, for example, okay, we can see three options here. Now this might get a bit confusing for some, as we don't know which option to choose, because they all say Nike, but which one is Nike? So what we want to choose is the people who are interested in Nike. So if we scroll a little bit to the right here, let's just drag this, you can see the categories of these, our search here. So we've got employers, so people who are employed by Nike, schools, I don't know which Nike school, okay, but job titles, they obviously work at Nike. And then this is Nike Inc. footwear. So this is probably the one we're looking for. And just to confirm it, you always want to cross-reference this with the size. So we know a lot of people obviously would be interested in Nike. So naturally the size is 126 million people to 148 million people. But if you go up, not many people work at Nike, well, obviously compared to the amount of people that like Nike. So the size is 9,000 to 10,000. And schools, a little bit bigger. Employers, a lot of people work at Nike by the sounds of it. So also we'll get further category down there. So obviously Nike has multiple pages on Instagram and Facebook. So we would see a lot of them broken down here. So What this is referring to is not what my previous statement when it's mentioning pages might not be actually correct. It's more referring to people when you're setting up your profile. Facebook asks us what we are interested in, and a lot of us will put in Nike or Adidas or Kim Kardashian, for example, or just stuff that keeps us interested. And this is the interests that Facebook is mentioning on the side here. Okay, so for example, let's choose Nike and footwear. Okay, now we can see from that 50 million we saw earlier, we now are at about half. Okay, and also our conversions are from 10 to 30 now, and our reach is 453 to 1,300. Okay, bearing in mind now that a lot of factors come into play here. So number one being the budget. Okay, if we were to change this to let's say here 5,000, which is about, call it $400, we can see now our reach and conversions jump up significantly. Okay, we change it to 50,000, 742 to 2,100 conversions, and 82,000 to 236,000 reach. Okay, so this is the main contributor, as Facebook is using our budget in order to display our ad in front of people. So let's go back down to 5,000 and keep it at that for now. Okay. Then in combination with the budget, obviously the audience size in itself. So the more you narrow your audience within this section here, the smaller our estimated audience size is going to be. Okay. So let's narrow it down. So let's say 19 million is still a bit too big for us. So we say define further. You can also exclude, as we mentioned, with the targeting location options here, but let's say define further. Okay. Then we're going to say, for example, we want people who are interested in shoes. So let's say Adidas. Adidas has nice shoes. Okay, say originals. We can see here 366,000. This is employers though. Adidas apparel. Okay. Let's just leave it at that. Now we can see, so people who are liking Nike as well as Adidas, similar kind of audience, because our audience only decreased by a little bit. All right. But if we went to just only men, for example, now all of a sudden we're at 8.5 to 10 million. But also notice our estimated conversions have dropped. Now it's important to keep in mind, these aren't rock solid numbers. These are just Facebook's estimates based on your current setup of your campaign. So it's important to take this with a grain of salt. Okay. Next, our languages. This, simple as it sounds, if you only want to target a specific language and people who have set their language on Facebook, that they, for example, only speak English or their native language is Spanish, for example, then you could target that over here. All right. So this is extremely, extremely powerful. As you can see, we can target very, very specific, and we can get really, really in depth into who we want to target, and also combine it with location targeting, demographic, and interest. Really establishes a strong platform for our ad to succeed. Okay. If we scroll back to the top here, we get also these two options here: use saved audiences and use custom audiences. Now, saved audiences, okay, is a I want to call it a profile, but a combination of interests, locations, and targeting that we can see from, for example, this downward to say here. Okay, this can be a saved audience. So what we can do, if we wanted to, we could save this audience and enter the audience name, and then for another campaign down the line, we would be able to find it over here and automatically just use that that audience, instead of setting it all up again here. So this is just for ease of campaign implementation and ad set implementation. Instead of having to do it all again, you can just use the saved audience once you've saved it. Okay, custom audiences, these are custom defined audiences. We'll go over these in great depth over in the next couple of episodes, but These are basically audience are user defined. So we defined what is who is part of this audience, and lookalike is basically people who are similar to your custom audiences. But we'll go over that in great detail in the next couple of episodes. If we scroll down, okay, Advantage Plus placements. This is well, let's cover placements first. This is where your ad is going to show across all of Meta's partners, so Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger. This is where you're going to basically you can select where you want your ad to show. So if we leave it at Advantage Plus, which is obviously Facebook's going to recommend this, it'll show this on all of Facebook's and Meta's partners, and then continue to optimize which placement is performing better. Okay. In the beginning, generally, you can go with this, but as we get more advanced, we obviously want to be able to say no. Facebook, we don't like it when our ads are showing on a certain place. We want to choose where they show and how they show. So if we click manual placements, we can see here, first of all, we can segment by device. So if we want to only show on mobile or desktop, we can do that. So let's just say we're only showing on mobile. And then we go into the platforms. So we can see the breakdown here: Facebook, Audience Network, Instagram, and Messenger. These all to be available, you need to have your Facebook page linked with your Instagram in order for the Facebook placement and for the Instagram placement to be available. But once it is available, you can select it or remove it from here. So if you only wanted to run your ad on Facebook, on Instagram, you could do that, but it has to be one selected, of course. So this provides us with a great amount of possibilities for running only feeder ads, or only story ads, or only messenger ads, or only marketplace ads, for example. This is the overall breakdown. But if we scroll down, we could see within the placements which kinds of ads do we want to show. So do we want to show only feed ads, or do we want to take away feed ads? Do we want to show Facebook Marketplace ads, video ads, Instagram Explore ads, Instagram Explore Home ads? Or do we want to remove stories and reels? Also in-stream ads, let's remove those. Search results ads, we can remove those as well. Apps and sites, we only want so currently as it's set up now, our ad that we set up in the next step will only be shown on Facebook feed, Instagram feed, Marketplace video feeds, Instagram Explore, Instagram Explore Home, and Facebook Business Explore. Okay. So this provides us with another level of it's not segmentation, but deliverability within our ad. That's a great word. All right, so if we click on next, go to the ad level now. This is where our creative elements can come in, and this is where the magic can happen. So obviously we can name it here again. Our identity, this is if we are running a partnership ad between two different advertisers. For example, Nike and a influencer wanted to collab, they would select partnership ad, and they could put in both the accounts there. But for us, generally, it's going to be left off, and we will select our Facebook page and Instagram account. It is vital that you ensure that this is your correct Facebook page and Instagram account chosen here. The ad setup, okay. So we have three options here, okay. Create ad, use existing post, or use Creative Hub mockup. Most of the time we're going to create our ad here, or if we have a nice post that we've posted on Instagram or Facebook, we can select it here and just use that creative and that text attached to the post within our ad. And why this is also cool is because for another reason is social proof, sorry. So the likes, comments, and shares that you get when your ad are boosted, when your ad is running on that specific post, will continue to remain on your profile. So when a customer comes or a consumer comes and views your page and sees that, oh wow, this person has 1,000 likes or 1,500 shares or comments on a specific post, it's obviously going to give them social proof, create a sense of authority in the customer's mind. But that is a different topic. We'll cover that at a later stage. So in the create ads section, let's continue down. We have two options: a whenever you see this, this is their Facebook's Advantage Plus. It's basically using Facebook's, you know, I want to not machine learning, but they're kind of they're taking the wheel here. So whenever you see this little sign here, you want to think of Facebook kind of taking the wheel. So this, you can see, I automatically use media from your catalog. We'll show each person the catalog items they're most likely to engage with. So this is, again, Facebook taking the wheel and showing them catalog items which Facebook thinks they are most likely to engage with. Okay. Generally, most of the time, we're going to use manual upload because this gives us the most amount of control. Okay. Format. We have 3 different formats: single image or video, carousel, or collection. Okay. So generally, most of the time, we're going to be using single image or carousel. Your collection, you would need to set this up, but generally, the single image ad or carousel is going to be what you use most of the time. Okay. Collection just groups items into a full screen mobile experience. So I can't exactly show you an example here, but what it would do is that it would keep the user on Facebook and show them a collection of products that you specify that opens up into a full page experience. It can be quite useful sometimes for certain campaigns, but most of the time we're going to be sticking with carousel or single image. Okay. Generally multi-advertiser ads. Enabling this may increase your ads exposure to people in a shopping mindset by allowing this ad to appear alongside ads from multiple businesses. I generally always leave it off. It's basically just showing you ads in combination with other businesses that Facebook believes could work together, and which products that you're advertising could work together, or their ads could perform better if they are shown alongside each other. There's no real benefit or downside to leaving them off or on. Then if we scroll down, we get add creative. This is where we can implement or add our media. So if we've got an image or a video, or we've selected the carousel, this is where we would upload our images here. And also detail the primary text, the headline, and description of our Facebook ad. So media, add image. You could drop the images in here, upload them. Any sort of images that you've designed outside of Facebook, you can upload them here. You create video. This is like basically turning images into videos for that Facebook can deliver across this platform. So if you want to upload us like 5 different images, we can do a slideshow, a swipe, or contactless, or a frame, or highlight a specific image. There's quite a few options here, but it's basically just Facebook enabling you to create your own video with single image assets within Facebook itself. Okay. Your primary text is the text shown above the ad. This is most likely what people are going to see first, apart from obviously the image, but this can be used to explain your promotion or your product or whatever you want to tell your customers. You would explain it in here. The benefit of this is that we can add in multiple options. So if you aren't sure which primary text is going to convert the best, we can add in, for example, multiple variations. You can see here 1 of 5. So you can say another one, test 2, and then test 3, and then test 4. So while your ad is running, Facebook is going to be showing all of these different variations to different people, and whichever variation of the primary text, headline, and description gets the most amount of conversions, because that's what we optimize for, that's the combination that Facebook will use most often for that specific audience group. This is important to remember. Okay. Headline, this is right underneath your media, so your image. This is the short line of text that basically stands out bold, and we generally like to include some sort of small enticement here for the consumer, like free shipping, or say 50% off, or promotion valid now, something that just captures that last bit of attention, of consumer attention while the customer is scrolling through, because that is our main goal at the end of the day, just to capture the consumer's attention as much as possible. Again, we have option of adding multiple headlines here. And this is extremely important because we can include and test these, different options here. So we can include free shipping in the first one, promotion valid now, say 50% off in the second one, and Facebook will optimize and see which one is performing better and include that and show that to your customer. Your description is just below the headline. So this is also important, just to explain a bit more about what is going on in your ad. This is also to include any extra bits of information that you might have. A lot of customers like to expand on their product here. A lot of advertisers like to expand on their product here. A lot of advertisers like to include any other small bits of information or any sort of captivating text that could really capture the consumer's attention before they continue scrolling. Then next, we have the call to action. Then we can select different options here, get quote, get showtime to learn more. Because we are doing a sales campaign, we're just going to click on shop now. So the call to action will appear directly on our ad. I'll include a small little snippet on the screen so you could see exactly what's going on here when I'm talking about each of these sections. Okay. The destination is what's going to happen when people click on your ad. So because we don't have a shop set up, you can set this up in the back end of Business Manager on Facebook, but we have the only option to send them to our website. So website URL, this is important. Where are we going to take them? So for example, we are pushing sales, so it might be to a product page, a landing page, or any of these sorts. So we would enter in the URL here. Either you can include your UTMs here. Okay, a UTM is basically used to identify that where that specific traffic is coming from. So, for example, if we are building a Facebook campaign, a Facebook ad, we are always going to want to use UTMs. Okay, let's just use an example here. We'll take our website. Okay. For this example, we are just going to copy this here, enter in the URL. Okay. Here we can see, we'll get to that in a sec, but we can see the website URL right here. Okay. If we wanted to build our UTM, we don't have to exit Facebook. We can simply say build a URL parameter. Then a nice little neat feature that will come up will give us the campaign source, campaign medium, campaign name, campaign content. Okay, this is useful for tracking purposes. Okay, so we can at a later stage tell our CEO, our colleagues, or any one of our friends or family exactly how much our Facebook ad has made, how the results of it, and any other metrics that we want to mention because of this nifty feature. So the campaign source, for example, we could put in social media. Campaign medium would be Facebook ad, for example. And then the campaign name, we could put in test one, for example, or we can include a dynamic indicator from Facebook itself. So if we wanted to say the campaign name that we are busy creating, this is going to be our UTM campaign name. Okay. Then we could say apply. And now we could see our URL is just about customized. So any traffic, anyone that clicks on this ad will get this UTM attached to them. So when they take any action on the website, any valuable conversion that is triggered, we will know that it came from the source of social media, with the medium of Facebook ad, and our campaign name was what we set in Facebook itself. Okay, which was in our case test one campaign dash sales. Okay. Then your display link. So if you don't want your long link to be displayed here, you can include an attractive one here. You can say iron.marketing. Just to make it a bit more easy to read, you can see there iron.marketing. Okay. So if we wanted to add a call extension, we could also do that. We would need to put in our country code and our phone number, but generally we want to leave it with shop now if sales is our main focus. okay, unless we are selling via phone or WhatsApp. Okay, instant experience. This is keeping people on Facebook for a quick, easy to access experience where we would capture or make our offering there, or provide more information about our product or service on Facebook and then send them to our website thereafter. So it provides a first quick access touch point for the consumer in order to um, in order for the consumer to better understand what's your promotion about, or what's your product or service or offering about, before they leave Facebook. Okay. If there is an event that you're promoting, you could simply select it here as well. And your event URL that you've made before, you could enter it in here. Okay. So important to remember, I'm just going to put this here so we can get back our preview. So that whenever your changes are done on the side here, we will automatically be able to see them in the ad preview on the right. Okay. And this is specifically useful to see how our ad is going to look for the consumer. If we click expand here, okay, we can see from a mobile feed point of view, okay, and because remember when we were adjusting the placements on our ad set level, we selected only the mobile option, and we aren't showing on any other placements besides the feed for Instagram and Facebook. That's why when we previewed here, we can only see mobile feed. Okay. If we want to see Instagram feed or Facebook Marketplace, for example, or other options here, we can also expand further here. Okay. If you want to go advanced preview, it shows them all side by side, all the placements that we've mentioned now, that we've selected in our ad set level. And if you want to see specific variations between your creatives, your headline texts, and your descriptions, you can see them all here. Test 2, test 3, test 1, test 4. And these are all the variations that will appear. So we can see all of them side by side here. Easy to understand. Then languages, if you want to add specific translations to your texts for multiple languages, you can do that here as well. Then your tracking. This is not set up because we haven't set up our pixel, which I mentioned previously, but we will cover that in a later stage. Cool. Now that we've finished our ad, we can just click publish and Facebook will review it. If it is your first campaign and your first time setting up a campaign, it will most likely take a couple of hours. But if it's just an edit to an existing campaign, then it might take a couple of minutes. So it really depends. But Facebook will need to review all your ads, headlines, URLs, your images for anything that is against their policy or against Facebook terms and conditions. So yeah, that is in a nutshell how to create your first campaign. In the next episode, we will be covering a lot of the other tools that are present within Facebook Ad Manager, such as account overview, ads reporting, audiences, ads account settings, billings, and other tools. So we'll be just touching on the user interface and what does this all mean. Thanks for watching, guys, and please, again, if you have any questions, just pop them down below. I'll be sure to get to them as soon as I can, and hope you all have a wonderful week, and thanks again for watching. Cheers.